All right, welcome. This is BA here, right behind the Grand River, um, in the Grand Ravines, right behind campus. And first, I want to congratulate you that you have finished the first exam of the class, and also that you are making progress with your term project. A little bit of plug about the term project. Please feel very free to pursue things that really interests you. So, for example, if I were to pick my own term project, it will be around physical activity, and I will talk about, for example, um, the the rate of walking, just walking on campus, because I just think that a lot of people underestimate the value of walking. And they're beautiful ravines, they're um, beautiful places to hike that a lot of people don't know. And so that would be my project. But of course, feel free to pursue whatever you want to pursue. Please reach out to me. I really would like to walk with you to make that project meaningful, not just another, academic paper. The goal is to solve a problem and on campus that affects students' lives, or particularly maybe affects your life or the life of somebody you know. And so for me, coming out here to take a walk in the ravines is kind of almost meditative for me. And also it is, so that means it gives to me some kind of, it enhances my spiritual health. The other thing is it's, recreationally, I am walking. It's not exercise, but it's walking. It's moderate to a moderate intense activity that is important for my cardiorespiratory health. And finally, I can do one more thing, consolidate. If you remember, one of the big things from the first part of the class has been that a lot of students struggle with stressors, and one of the most effective ways to deal with procrastination, which is the number one problem that college students face, is to consolidate. That is, put a lot of activities together. So right now I'm hyper consolidated by walking, being on my computer to do my work in a place that I associate with leisure, and at the same time, I get to think um, meditatively as I am in nature. So again, find your own place, your own sweet spot, and let's have fun with the class. Okay, let's move on. So we're going to start talking about exercise, and so the benefits of exercise, they're huge. They're immediate effects and also long-term effects. But I just want to point out some long-term effects. What number one is, people don't associate exercise with this. Everybody just thinks about, oh, I'm not going to have cardiovascular problems. I'm not going to end up having a high blood pressure or diabetes. But the cognitive part, the first thing here is it improves your self-image and it improves cognitive functioning and your ability to manage stress. I don't think any therapy, any drug can do exactly the same thing. And so um, think about being physically active if you're not, and I know a lot of you are, and but if you are, keep it up. If not, please get walking or get exercising. Um, so the benefits again, psychological and emotional wellness. You prevent injuries the more active you are, as well as you reduce your risk of premature death. Um, we're going to see a lot of that in this module. Um, look at this. Look at this chart. I think it scares me. Death from all causes is at least about 25 to 30% less between in the extremely active person versus the person who is sedentary. So again, I might be preaching to the choir here, but let's get up, let's get out and move. So there are five components of fitness, physical fitness, and that's cardiorespiratory endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, and body composition. So I'm not saying take up all five, but pick one and try to make that a target for yourself over the next week or two. And feel free to, post something in the discussion board about how you feel. Um, Remember when like the same way misery likes company, good news also likes company. So share that with us. Um, so cardiorespiratory endurance, again, you can perform prolonged large muscle, your legs, your thighs, your arms, dynamic exercise, dynamic you're moving against some form of resistance at moderate to high intensity. So what I just want to introduce here is the concept of moderate to high intensity. Everybody thinks that, oh, for me to be fit, for me to be that, I have to have like six packs and I have to like carry dumbbells. If that was the criteria, I will not qualify because I hate lifting weights. Because my upper body is actually really weak. Okay. But so muscular strength is one, muscular endurance is another one, and flexibility. Um, Here is the staggering statistic. Over 23% of US adults were meeting aerobic and muscle strengthening guidelines in 2018. That's less than a quarter. And that's huge. That is really huge. So that's kind of why I'm putting in this plug for this particular module as we start into it. Um, Again, let's differentiate physical activity from exercise. They're not the same thing. Physical activity is body movement carried out with your skeletal muscles that require energy. Of course, exercise is repetitive, it's structured to maintain physical fitness, usually either for sports or for health and so on. Here is your weekly guideline, and I want to challenge you. Please do this week. 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity or 75 minutes this week of vigorous intensity aerobic physical activity. You know what? I'm actually going to sweeten this deal. If you can do that, maybe you have records of it in your Fitbit or your Garmin watches or your phone. If you can take a snapshot of that and send to me, automatic 1% extra credit, 1% on your final 100% for this class. That's how much this is important to me. Again, if you want to take a challenge, do that sometime before the end of July. Okay, today's July 8th or 9th. Before the end of July 31st, the end of the month. Send that to me. Okay. Um, and lastly, I just want to clarify to folks, so I'm not scaring you and I'm not shaming you. Um, what do I mean by moderate intensity exercise? If you can walk 2 miles, which I just did by walking down here to the ravines to have fun while doing some of my work, um, at the same time, just enjoying the beautiful weather we have in Michigan right now. It won't be that way in a couple months, but while we have the sun, let's get some vitamin D in as well. Um, just do that. Like 30 minutes of brisk walking, okay, is physical act. You've already covered 30 minutes. You only need 150. Do that 5 times a week, okay? Or you can do that and also do some high intense activities to help you. Water aerobic swimming, for example, 20 minutes of swimming, or go do some pickup ball with friends. Record that and send that to me. That's my promise. 1% extra credit. It's the largest I have given in a long, long time, but this is going to be worth it. All right, well, thank you. Go on to the material, and I wish you all the best.